So you want to be an LVAD patient. I'm just kidding, guys. Nobody ever really wants an LVAD, but if you do need one, you're probably on this channel for a reason. We are going to go over everything you need to know about being an LVAD patient. So we're talking about devices, equipment, batteries. We're talking about the recovery process. We're just going to go over it all. Just a little quick blurb about myself. I've been an LVAD patient for about 3.5 years, 4 years in September of 2021. So I do have some experience here. And on top of that, I know exactly what it's like to be in your shoes or your loved one's shoes. I was worried about getting this device. I didn't know anything about it. I was very intimidated by it, but when it was presented to me, I just balked at the idea of getting one because I'm like, I don't need that, I'm gonna get better. Well guys, it really didn't get better and I just got worse. I don't wanna get too deep into my story, we can go over that another day, but ultimately, I wanna help you guys get through your situation or be prepared and know what to expect. The first thing is the equipment. First off, let's go over what an LVAD is. An LVAD is a left ventricular assist device. Ultimately, it's a pump or a motor plugged into the bottom of the heart, and that motor basically spins around very fast, pushing blood through the heart and eventually through the body. In order to keep that pump powered, you need batteries. So that's the batteries you're going to be carrying around. Now those batteries are pretty much plugged into, I guess you can call some clips, and that clip has some power cords that go right into a controller. That controller is pretty much the brains of the operation. It carries all your settings and it distributes the power directly to the motor inside your chest. Keep in mind, these batteries will need to be replaced every 2 years. So there is some type of expiration date on the back of these and you need to look for those every single time. So every 2 years, your team will just supply you with a new one. So in the meantime, when you do need to recharge your batteries, you have to plug yourself into a wall or some type of backup battery. So let's first start off with the wall charger. At night when you go to bed, you need to charge your batteries, so you put them on a docking station. Well, what you do from there is you just plug yourself into a wall charger. It's a big 18-foot cord. This 18-foot cord gives you enough freedom to get from your bed to the bathroom to the kitchen. I mean, it's a good amount of space to get wherever you need to. In case you're plugged in at night and the power goes out, God forbid you live in South Africa or you live somewhere where there's a lot of blackouts, there is an alarm built in. So basically a big alarm would go off stating that you're out of power. So you'll find out it's very loud and very hard to miss. Now I mentioned a backup battery. Now backup batteries are something that's very important to LVAD patients. This backup battery is pretty much just another set of batteries that you carry with yourself everywhere you go. When I say everywhere, I'm talking like to the store, to the out of town, to the grocery store. It has to be nearby. God forbid your device goes out, you have a backup device right here, as you can see, which is pretty good. And then you have some clips in there. Let me see if I can find them. Hold on. Backup clips and another set of backup batteries. This backup bag is very important and you must carry it. Everybody's looks different, but this is what you're gonna be looking for. As you can see, these are the batteries that I pretty much wear every day. It isn't pretty much. This is what I wear every day. Now, these batteries do need to recharge. These batteries are good for 18 hours, okay? These batteries need to be recharged, so we have a charging station. We have a charging dock, and we also have a wall charger. The charging dock pretty much recharges the batteries for the following day. That takes about 4 hours to fully charge a set of batteries. So the next important thing is dressings. Dressings keep basically the site nice and dry. You don't want any fluid or any moisture getting into that area because then it can cause an infection. That infection is a direct line straight to your heart. So that's the last thing you want. Now everybody's different. For me in particular, I have a slight driveline infection. It's small, but it's there, and I have to change my dressing every day. But some people in the beginning of their LVAD walk, it's just like once a week, which is awesome. Every month, your LVAD team will send you a kit of dressings and equipment in order to supply, you know, whatever your monthly supply is. Everybody's different. For me, I get a packet of 30 to meet for every single day throughout the month, versus somebody who changes it once a week would probably just get 4 kits. The next thing is medications. Now everybody's different, so I'm not gonna go over all the medications that I take because of the fact that your medication may be different than my medication. But I do know one medication that we all take, and that is what you call warfarin or Coumadin. Pretty much it's a blood thinner. And why is that blood thinner important? Well, blood thinners pretty much obviously thin the blood, and that motor is real small and it's got a nice little spinny wheel inside of it. So ultimately, you need the blood to be as thin as possible, because if it's thick, then you have clogs in that motor. So blood thinners are the most important medication in my opinion. Yes, there's other things that can cause issues, but blood thinners is key in order for your LVAD to be efficient. Now, roughly the number of pills we all take will vary, but for me personally, it's probably around 10 to 11 pills a day. So there is a lot of medication, so be prepared. The last thing is recovery. That's the most important thing here. And this realistically, if you're gonna be looking into one very soon, this is probably gonna be very key for you. This is gonna be fresh. This is gonna be the first thing you're gonna encounter. Because realistically, when you go in for surgery and you come out, it's time to recover. Recovery is not easy. It's very challenging and it's very tough. Sometimes you're gonna be very weak mentally just because you wanna lay down and sleep the whole time. The key thing is you have to push yourself to get up. Your life isn't over, okay? It just thinks you have this device in you and you gotta live off of batteries. You don't want that. I understand. But at the same time, you have loved ones that are out there watching, and you have friends that are watching. You're under a microscope and they wanna see you pretty much do better. So everybody's watching you, and my advice to you is just to keep on fighting. The moment you get that device in you and you wake up, it's battle time, it's go time, it's time for you to fight, okay? That's the key thing about recovery. It's basically, it's a mental thing, and you wanna get back to where you are. Now also keep in mind, I don't know where you were before, you know, everything happened before your LVAD, but keep in mind, you're not gonna get back to that spot where you were before right away. So think of it this way, you're born again, you're brand new. So pretty much everything you do from here on out, you're knocking down barriers every single time. They're personal records. If you did weightlifting, or if you ran a mile at one point, let's say for example, you used to run 6-minute miles. Now, let's say you run a 12-minute mile. That is your new best. Not 6 minutes, 12 minutes, because you're a whole new person. You have a motor in you, okay? So keep in mind, that is realistically the most important thing, and that's gonna be the first thing you're gonna encounter through this all. In closing, guys, I'm gonna wrap up the video here. I wanna thank you guys so much. If you guys enjoyed this video, please smash a like, and I mean, shoot, if you didn't like it, still smash the like button. Help me out with the algorithm, guys. Now, normally my content is revolved around my life, vlogging, cars, and things like that. That's my goal. I love to live life. I want to show people that just because you have this little device here doesn't mean your life is over. You can still live life and have fun. That's the key thing for me. Now, either way, I'm going to be introducing a lot more LVAD content into the channel because I kind of want to make sure I'm doing my part and being a good advocate towards the LVAD device. So the channel will be split. You'll have car content mostly in the front, but at the bottom there will be a section for LVADs and LVAD content like this. So I'm gonna do my best to continue to spread, but if you wanna see more, you can go ahead and hop into the TikTok and the descriptions below, and that's where a lot of training goes on, where I'm showing people is how to live life and be lighthearted about your situation. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one, so please be blessed. Peace.